I know I'm beginning to sound like a broken record, but I have to put this out there again, once again, for my protection. There's another person pretending to be me. Apparently, there's a court case going on. People didn't want me to know about. All right. Well, the lawyer that is handling my case, if you're watching me, thank you very much for defending me. I look forward to meeting you. Okay, but there's somebody there in the judiciary that that is behind an identity theft, an attempted theft. Who's working with a woman. These are Masons, and they have made financial agreements in my name without my permission or consent, and I don't think you're aware of it. So I'm making you aware of it now. A transaction was illegally initiated while I was unaware. Once again, it was masked under a false, forged signature, okay? Trying to steal what rightfully belongs to me, okay? And the one responsible did other things in my name. I believe they tried taking out a loan in my name, all right? They sat across a person of power and handed them forged information claiming to be me. They carry my energy signature like it's theirs. And no, it's not. They may not steal what is mine. That's my birthright, and it is divine. I'm chosen, and I'm elect of God, and you cannot mess with one of God's people that way. They brought a curse upon themselves, whoever did this copycat woman, all right? A spirit of deception hovers above these people, for sure. I mean, they place in hands that never had the right to have anything to do with my life, making decisions about me and my life. That is null and void. You have no right to discuss me at all. I answer directly to Almighty God, and I speak with authority, and I call judgment on these people that did this. A loan application that under my name was approved. That's spiritual theft, all right? That's my spiritual currency, and they may not do that. And right now, there's two places. There is a file that was created in secret under my name that these people are using to gain access to my ancestral inheritance. All right? They created a secret file in my name. I want the court to know this. So I hope this gets out to the judge that's handling my case, the judge that was kind enough to do the right thing. There are decent, moral people that have integrity and honor, and I totally respect that. I'm looking forward to meeting you. All right, these people, my ancestral heritage belongs to my bloodline. That's between me and my children and our future generations. Okay. This person has memorized my every move, studying my character, my voice, my movement, my routines, my schedules, my behavior, my mannerisms, everything about me, in order to clone me. That's how closely I was illegally surveyed and monitored for the purpose of targeting me so they could steal. This is a big scheme. They've plotted this for a long time in secret. Someone tried to register my soul under a false name. All right. They copying my presence, hoping that nobody would notice. Yeah, no. They sat in a meeting and made deals. They sat in a meeting where my future was discussed as if she was me, making deals and partnerships and stealing opportunities that belonged to me. They even received a deposit for something they claim is theirs. And it's not. It's total fraud. So these people have committed spiritual crimes and against one of God's elect. They brought a curse upon themselves. Everything they have, they will lose. And they're under heavy, severe judgment, not just in this life, but in the afterlife. And they're cursed. They're under, and my divine, I'm divinely protected in everything that belongs to me. Okay, so these people don't even bat an eye. This woman doesn't even bat an eye. They've done this to other people as well many times. That's what these Masons are all about, taking and stealing what belongs to other people. and then siphon, and then scapegoating you and getting you locked up or put away so they can make off with your destiny, your wealth. She wanted my destiny. This couple wanted my destiny, my calling, my future, okay, my life. They wanted to clone me. That's what these Masons do. That's what they're all about doing. And that they forged a fake conversation they say that I had with someone influential. That never took place. And she tries to gain favors by show. She showed that to somebody. I don't know who, but this man is assisting her to try to steal. And they think they got away with it because he sat in a meeting and they they made deals and all of that, trying to. They want my inheritance, but not just that. They want everything to do with my life, my calling, and my destiny. That will not stand. My identity is not just a name, it's spiritual property. And my name is written in light, and darkness cannot take something that's written in light, okay? My name is protected by fire, heavenly fire, and it dissolves and cuts through anything that can be, any kind of fraud that could be committed against me. So I carry divine frequency, and it cannot be copied or cloned. These people just don't stop. I tell you, there are real thieves out there. But divine order is being restored. God had let me know. But false contracts were made in my name. So I want the authorities to know this. There is fraud going on under my name. And I want the court to know this. And the judge that is handling my case, and also that lawyer that has all the information that is defending me. Want him to know that it is somebody that he knows, a Mason, possibly a lawyer, another lawyer, that got with a woman. I believe she might be a Mexican woman that looks like me, tried to pass her off as me, okay, and forging my signature, committing fraud, okay. But anyway, that's what they've been trying to do. I'm chosen and my essence cannot be cloned, okay? But a meeting was held in my absence, where I was discussed and judged and blamed, all kinds of lies. People just, I want people to know this right now. If you've never read or listened to Pistis Sophia, it is a dialogue that Jesus, after he ascended, he came back and he had a dialogue with the disciples, the apostles, including Mary. They're asking him a lot of questions. What happens when what happens to a person who committed murder? Where do they go after they die? What happens to a person that has, been living a life of fornication and all that? What happens to them when they die? And Jesus was answering all these questions. And one question came up: what happens to the person that slanders another person? And the answers were horrific. What happens when someone steals and covets what somebody else has, when they steal and take something from someone else? The answers are horrific. Go back and listen to what outer darkness looks like. Jesus explains it in detail. And I think if more people knew, because I asked the Lord, was that divinely inspired? Yes, it was meant for us to know. Okay, because it's all about the soul, Jesus having this dialogue explaining the path of salvation, and how everybody must take up their cross and follow and do the inner work, okay, to overcome the deeds of the flesh. Jesus talks all about that, where salvation is put in the responsibility of an individual person, not an organization or a corporate church somewhere. Anyway, but he explains what outer darkness looks like, and the different levels, and the rulers, and what kind of punishment a person goes, the consequences from the actions that they took. If they die without repenting, what happens to them? And I tell you what, that's not a place you'd want to go. There's consequences here in the 3D, but there's consequences after in the hereafter as well. And it's really, really severe. Very, very horrifying. And if I can, I'm going to write that down. I'm going to read it so that people can listen. You know, it does not pay to, to lie on someone's name. You know, somebody may have paid you $50 to lie, spread lies on a person's name. There are consequences, severe consequences, and for doing that to one of God's people, there are severe consequences. Just know that. And people that stood back and were silent, watching all this abuse go on, cowardly people who just stood there and watched and did nothing. Nothing. Don't think that by being silent, not wanting to get involved, that you're going to be innocent. You're complicit. I'm just saying, that's how God sees it. He's let me know. It's severe. And you will not rest. There's no rest for the wicked. You know, these people have been stealing years of my life, my destiny, my purpose, my future. And people may have been out of jealousy and envy. They may have just not wanted to see me have what belongs to me. But you don't understand whose toes you're stepping on. You are dealing and interrupting with God's purpose for me in my life. And that carries severe consequences in the heavenly realms. I'm just letting you know. All right, I'm putting this out there again because this just recently took place. So I hope somebody will get this information to that lawyer that's handling my case so that he will know that this is what they just did. All right? It stopped dead. The heavenly realm caught this. So these people will, their assets will be frozen and they will not be able to steal. But they certainly tried it. Okay. Peace out, everyone. Bye.